Hello, everyone. It's 11:14 p.m. at night. Oh man, excuse me for coughing a little bit, but I'm thankful and glad to get to have my peace and quiet, away from the streets and the craziness. But I'm too tired to live stream, so I'm not. And I started to feel sleepy actually around dinner time. I still got that thing on my hair. Um, so excuse me. I'm hoping I can sleep good tonight. So I had the leftover pad thai dinner with the pork belly, and also I didn't know if that was an acne bump. No, it's not. Um, so I had the pad thai noodles with the pork belly left over from dinner. The buy one get one free. Well, the free plate I had today, and I had some hot cocoa, and that was my dinner. And I didn't have anything else after dinner, even though I was mildly tempted to have another snack or two. Still kind of am, but I'm just gonna go to bed and wait until tomorrow. So my crazy ass wrote another fiction short story, and if you stalkers don't like it, don't read it. You know, um, so I wrote another fiction short story and put it in the most recent community post. I tried, you know, um, because it seemed like my brain wasn't processing clearly. I guess because of being sleep deprived and tired. And I didn't realize I started the short story way on May 20th. And I just got back to it. Excuse me. And just thought up things as I went, you know. But yeah, I hope it was coherent and made sense. I tried, but I guess I kept doubting myself. Um, and as I said, my mind wasn't clear, but I tried to aim for and strive to write another fiction short story at least, you know. But I'm angry about the fake criminal charges and court dates and everything. If and the from the illegal swatting, because if it weren't for that, um, I would be more focused on my novels rather than just these little short stories. So I need all the prayers, all the Christian prayers in Jesus' name that I can get, that they drop the false criminal charges against me. Excuse me, so that I could be free and go back to living my life. Even though being targeted is no life to live anyway. It's a different kind of undeserved prison. So I'm too tired to live stream and have to scream and everything. And I looked at the weather, and it looks like it's supposed to be small chances of rain tomorrow through Saturday at least. And then supposedly Sunday or Monday and all next week it's supposed to rain all next week. but I don't know if things could or would change, you know. So, you know, I'm trying to get this thing out my ear. I mean, my hair. Um, so I listened to Acts chapters 18 through 20 in the Bible. Excuse me. Excuse me. So, as I said, I have a little bit of money set aside in case I might have to pay for a notary because I've been having problems with trying to see about getting a notary, um, with the libraries that's supposed to be free. And they either give me the runaround or don't answer at all. Excuse me. So, because I know that if I would have just spent my funds on hotel and food and stuff, and then if I say, well, I need help with funds for a notary, you know, people don't care and they wouldn't even try to help me. So that's why I set aside um, the funds with my leftover, excuse me, my leftover Social Security check. So I'm sick and tired of the stalkers the fake, faceless and nameless stalkers. You know, they're the same ones that's traffickers, that's stalking, harassing, and threatening me and wanting to traffic me. They're the same ones falsely accusing me of being a fake TI and also falsely accusing me of and sometimes they hide their own hate messages away from me and block me while everybody else can see their fake hate messages and have me wondering why am I losing support and friends or whatever, you know. And they're cowards. They want to harass me and talk about old candies acting all tough on camera or whatever. I'm just being me. I never even try to put on a front to act any way out of character. I'm just being me. And so, y'all the ones who hide behind fake identities that don't have the courage to show your face, real face or names. Some of y'all do, but a lot of y'all don't. Excuse me. And if you do show a real picture of yourself, it's like obscured. You know, it's not even um like a headshot picture. You know, or it might be a picture of you hiding, camouflage in the background of other people or whatever. Hiding in the background. So like y'all don't even have the balls excuse me to if what you think if for them the same people stalking, following, harassing me and know my every move and then brag about it and then they lie and say no one's stalking me, you admit that you've been stalking me for XYZ amount of years, you know. And for y'all, where do y'all have a job if y'all keep up with what you think is my every move and you got time to know what I did all day every day? And I'm not important. I'm not famous. I'm not a celebrity. I'm poor and homeless, you know. So the stalkers will rejoice at me being back on the streets and suffering. Excuse me, um They can't wait for me to be back on the streets tomorrow or any other day. So I would end up being either dealing with being harassed, attacked, or set up. So I'm not ready to have to go back on the streets tomorrow. And as I said, one day soon, I don't, well, I'll be surprised if it will be tomorrow, but I'm not counting on it to be tomorrow. But one day soon, um, I'm supposed to get to have enough points for one to redeem for one free hotel night. Excuse me. And you know, so but one of the other hotel incentives I was able to redeem it for a gift card. It was a little bit complicated, you know, but I was able to redeem it, and I'm supposed to get a gift card in postal mail, you know, to be able to use it towards, I'm gonna say fake Walmart, to get things that I need. But it's supposed to come, they said, in between 2 and 4 weeks, you know. But this one, I'm supposed to, you know, I'm just waiting for the points to kick in for enough for that one free hotel night. And you never have seen me, pretend to need help. If I have a free hotel night, I usually let y'all know. My supporter subscribers, you stalkers, it ain't none of y'all business. Excuse me, but I usually let y'all know, you know, that I got, that I had enough of whatever for a free hotel night or something. Um, so yeah, I mean, as I said, I don't even know if the points might kick in tomorrow, Friday, or next week for just one night, you know. But if I see the points tomorrow, I will let y'all know. But far as I know, I wish I can have help with more hotel nights. And I hate that I have to be forced to live like this because of, the stalking and harassment. And I saw on, I'm not going to say what the website was, um, where it was a male targeted individual that said that, the gang stalking was so bad that he was forced to have to flee his home because he didn't feel safe at home. This is what they're doing to a lot of us, not just here in America, but across the world. Excuse me. So the fact that this is worldwide, gang stalking being a worldwide, well, I don't know if I can say that word, PANMIC, panic, you know. So I keep on letting people know that, I wish I did have a permanent home that's as peaceful and quiet as right now, you know, rather than having to live amongst neighbors where I can't get any peace or quiet, where I cannot rest, you know. Gang stalking seems like hell on earth, that we being punished and we don't deserve it. Like, I'm tired of being on the streets. I'm tired of being homeless. I can't take it no more. And I'm still not going to sell out. You know, excuse me. I don't know how I dealt with being forced homeless for this long. And even in 2019, I remember feeling like this homelessness is taking a toll on me and I can't do it. It's too hard. It's too much. And, you know, I was trying to say that the stalkers lie and say that I'm living my best life. You know, I'm not um I'm not in 5-star hotels and I do not eat 5-star meals. You know, can't even really afford that. Um and the stalkers falsely accused me of lying about not eating lunch. Well, as I said, I recently started back to pushing myself to find ways to have 3 meals a day. Excuse me. And the stalkers talk about, well, I work 2 jobs and I don't even get to afford to eat 3 meals a day. What 2 jobs do you work when you're stalking and watching my every move and gossiping all day, every day? That you know up to the minute what I'm doing, and then still try to find ways to lie about it or make false assumptions, you know. Um, how am I living my best life if I'm being tortured with weapons and just trying to fight for any peace, quiet, and solitude that I can, you know. Excuse me. And for the stalkers to try to calculate um my income and everything, which is none of their business, you know. If I'm wrongfully banned from shelters and a lot of the hotels and motels and the cheaper ones, and if my income is only $727 a month and $60 goes to my phone bill and 44 goes towards both the disabled passes for both Jefferson and Orleans Parish buses, you know, the transit buses. And sometimes I do have to take an Uber. If the weather's too bad, or if it's too cold or too rainy, or if I'm in an area where the buses don't run, or if it's too late, I might have to take an Uber. You know, so so that's like about over $100 right there. You know, and usually about I can get like with this 727, I could get like 3 or 4 hotel nights. You know, and that on average like $400 or something. So that's over $500 right there. And then the rest of the funds is used for like food and not even luxury, you know, but it's used on food and toiletries, hygiene items, supplies, excuse me, laundry, and, you know, whatever else I need to survive. And then when I get the YouTube payment, a lot of the times it's under $175. It's like one hotel night and, you know, maybe a few little toiletries and supplies here and there and food. So there y'all go. So how do the stalkers try to make fake smear campaigns just lying and saying that I'm mismanaging my money? Mismanaging my money on what? I just broke it down to what my finances are, and I don't have any reason to lie about it. If one moment y'all say Candy tells all of her business, and then the next thing y'all trying to say Candy's lying about everything. But you see everything I do and try to gossip about everything I do. So how is it telling all your business or lying? I mean, or one moment you say I'm telling all my business, and then next thing you know you're saying I'm lying about everything. And it's none of your fucking business, stalkers. You won't even show your real face or name, but demand an answer for this and demand an answer for that. I mean, so, and for them to sadistically coerce me to be homeless and then lie and say that I like being homeless. Who is an internet stranger to tell me what I like more than what I say I like? When have y'all ever said? I mean, when have y'all anyone ever seen me say that I liked being homeless or that I enjoyed it? But that's when um narcissistic abusers, they often falsely accuse their victims of enjoying their suffering. Whatever they put us through and make us suffer through, and then they lie and say that we like, this is what we like, that we enjoy, that we like this. Now, I saw a video of someone that's supposedly, Christian and targeted, and she did a quick video exposing, showing footage of herself being gang stalked. And she said that she's actually homeless and has a job, but she said that the person she's living with does not want her living there. I'm like, well, wow, what if I was in that predicament? If I was living with someone that didn't want me there, even if I was paying them to stay there, they probably would do all kinds of whatever setups or try to manipulate or, covertly drive me out of there and make me back homeless again, you know. And, I cannot trust to go live with anyone because of almost every freaking human being. Like, it's hard to find people that's quiet and don't smoke cigarettes or don't drink or don't have loud TV or music or anything loud. You know, I can't live amongst that. You know, and I perform best alone by myself. Um, and I mean, I hate having roommates and neighbors. You know, in certain situations, it's so unbearable that you can't even bear staying there 2 hours. You know, or certain other situations, I guess it can be tolerable for a day or two or something. But not for that long. But yeah. So the stalkers lie and say that I mismanage my money as their because of their desire to control me. You know, how am I supposed to live? Because the only place that they want me is institutionalized or jail. And they always talk about how they want me in a padded cell. I don't deserve that. And they're proud devil worshippers. They worship the devil and think that they got the fake authority to punish someone. You know, when I ask questions, they don't respond, or they don't even answer, but they demand an answer for stuff that's not my business. I mean, I'm sorry. They demand an answer for my life that's not their business, I was trying to say. But when I ask them questions, they won't answer. And they feel like they own me, and they delusional. The same ones spreading lies are the ones who lying is, the ones who spreading the lies and threatening to traffic me. They're the ones who's trying to smear campaign. They try to falsely claim that they own me, and they're just desperate to keep on just lying and trying to falsely paint me as the worst human being ever. People who I don't know are coming up against me. Even other black people, male or female, and there are the biggest population of people going against me, my own kind. Excuse me. You know, but I'm asking now. I wish I could, you know, may I please have help with more hotel nights. I'm so exhausted and tired, and um, I'm feeling like emotionally depressed and scared. Like I'm scared of the court dates and more jail and the threats and harassment, and they keep trying to threaten and terrify me about prison, you know, and trafficking me, you know. But yeah, I don't even know how to articulate my words. Um, you know, I guess it is probably about time I get rid of this teal dress, but it's comfortable and convenient for me, and I miss it. The only thing I don't like is I wish it was a little bit longer, and I wish it had pockets. But I did have a teal dress and a black dress, and I think another colored dress they were all the same design, and they had pockets. And one of them, or a couple of them, they were like $2 or $3 clearance at fake Walmart. You know. So how am I living my best life when I'm in bed resting from being exhausted from being dazed on the streets and stuff? And if I might order DoorDash, if I have enough funds, order DoorDash or Uber Eats, because I don't feel like I feel like I'm trying to rest my mind and rest my brain from dealing with being stalked, followed, and harassed. And a whole bunch of stalkers just following me. If I just try to take a break and have some peace and quiet. But I do not even order, or I can't even afford to order that every day. I didn't order DoorDash today. You know, excuse me, I had leftovers. So I'm not ready to be back on the streets and dealing with being harassed, stalked. and illegally swatted, you know. And one time recently, if it wasn't the fake Lorraine perp, it was another perp that lied on me and said that I beat up a child and ripped the child's fingernails off and did some other crazy stuff. And like, wow, they're telling blatant. I can't believe how they come together to spread lies about one person. Malicious and intentional lies. It's not stuff that they think that they interpret it one way, but they lie on purpose to hurt you and try to destroy you. And they figure that they will have a lot of people. They brag and laugh about how there are a lot of people that are gullible fools to believe them, you know. But the stalkers delusionally believe that they are above God and more powerful than God, and think that if God blesses me with something, or if God uses someone to bless me with something, then they have fake meltdowns falsely accusing me of scam and fraud. Excuse me, it's just not right. I have a right to live too. I deserve to live too. I deserve humane treatment too. And they are huddling together and talking about that they can't wait for that glorious day for Candy Grandpre's demise. And people who I don't know, and I have done them nothing. So I'm a bit tired. Um, if anyone could help me out, you know, I have the information in the description box of just about all my videos and live streams. And as I said, I wrote a fiction short story. Thank you in advance to whoever could help me with more hotel nights so I won't have to be tortured and harassed and stalked on the streets. I am not living my best life. I am, you know, running from troublemakers.